welcome to another episode of Dumb Guys Talk. Today we're going to talk about gun control.
Welcome to Dumb Guys Talk About Smart Stuff.
And Heath, I know you don't like to call it gun control.
Well, I think I don't. It's not like I don't like that term. I just don't like the division it instantly causes when you say that term.
Yeah, well, and that's pretty much what I want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about the reaction that we get from people when you talk about gun control.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't follow very closely what the politicians are throwing out there from their ideas.
Mm-hmm.
I watched an interview earlier where the guy said they want to emulate what they've done in the UK or in Australia, where they've gone and collected everybody's guns.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that that's what they want to happen. I don't think that's what they want to do.
Yeah.
And personally, what I think needs to happen, and let's start off by saying that I am a gun owner. I like to shoot guns. I've always shot guns. But I think that you need to do something to keep guns out of crazy people's hands that can go and use that gun to murder someone.
Definitely, and at full disclosure, I do own a gun. They're kind of like, the guns I own are kind of antiques that all you're going to do is go shoot bottles at the river with them.
Yeah.
Or take it to the gun range.
Well, and that's what I want to do with mine too. And sometimes I like to, daydream. I don't like to do it, but sometimes it just happens that somebody breaks into my house and I'm the hero and I grab my gun and I loaded it up, and I do a somersault out the door as I blow them away or whatever, But in reality, that's not what's going to happen.
Yeah. And hopefully, like, a lot of people that agree with gun control didn't just turn off our video right there. But I don't even view them as great self-defense tools.
Right.
Because the thing, what you got to be thinking about is, say, like, the guy just kicked down your door, holding an axe, running right at you.
Yeah.
And what actually happens a lot, say if you're untrained or if you're like a concealed carrier, those little pop guns that don't have high caliber, a lot of times the guy has so much adrenaline running at you, it does not stop them.
Right.
And so,
well, that's what they tell you too. If you go to buy a gun, they're like, don't get the 22, it doesn't have stopping power.
Yeah.
You gotta have stopping power. And they say don't even get the 9mm. 9mm doesn't have stopping power.
Yeah.
Get the 40 caliber, get
Yeah.
the 45.
Yeah.
That's what they push, that stopping power.
That stopping power, and that's what you might classify the gun nuts.
Right.
It's all about the stopping power,
Yeah.
That type of thing. But I personally think, say, like a can of mace by your door might have more stopping power because the guy's blind.
I agree. That would probably be better for protection. You're not killing anybody. You're not mistakenly killing anybody or killing the guy that's trying to, bust in.
Think of that situation where a trick-or-treater knocks on your door. Or whatever, and you think it's a guy wearing a hood.
Yeah. Or it's your teenage kid jumping through the window because they snuck out and you don't know, so you blow them away.
Yeah. Macing them would be a much better alternative.
Macing would be a much better
thing. Better alternative.
And so what you hear when someone says gun control is people go, oh no, my Second Amendment right says I can own a gun and I'm going to own a gun because I'm going to start a militia one day and I'm going to rise up against this government. Well, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. Say, like, when the Second Amendment was written, now I don't agree, say, like, I'm not going in the direction of, like, the cops beating you down your door and taking away your gun.
No, absolutely not.
No, and I think we should have the right to own them for whatever, going to the range, being a competition shooter, being a hunter, whatever it is you do. Right. But owning an M16 to protect yourself against the government, or AR-15 is a popular gun to own for that reason, is ridiculous.
If you think that you need an AR-15 to protect yourself from the government, you're the crazy guy that I want to keep the guns out of their hands.
Yeah.
Because you're the one that's going to kill somebody.
Yeah, and just think of that situation. Say, like, the government dramatically changed all of a sudden to where you think it needs to change. Right now, your power is voting and having a voice. If you're the guy that locks yourself in the door with AR-15, locks yourself in your house with AR-15, nobody's going to listen to you.
No one's going to listen to you.
They're going to write you off as that nut.
And you are no match for the police force or the army.
Yeah. Are you going to have $1 million helicopter in your backyard? Are you going to have, missile command in your basement? You're not going to match the U.S. military.
Right. And so what I want to say is I don't want to take everybody's guns away. I don't want to make it illegal to own a gun because like I said, I own a gun. Sometimes I like to go look at guns and I might want to buy a gun. But what I want to do, what I think needs to be done, is there needs to be some kind of regulations so that those guns don't get in the hands of people that kill people. Because they are a weapon that can be used for mass murder. It's not It's not a piece of rope that you can strangle someone with. It's not a knife to where you have to be within arm's reach to stab them. And you know, because even if you have a knife, it could be deadly. But I stab you, and I have to run over and try and stab someone else, and you're going to wrestle me away. And if I have a gun, I could be 20 feet away, 30 feet away, 40 feet away. Boom, you're dead. Boom, you're dead. Boom, you're dead. Boom, you're dead. Kill everybody around me. That's something that needs to have a little bit more attention on it than a knife or, you know, a rope or whatever else you could use to kill someone.
Now, one Facebook post I've seen going around was, what if we regulated guns the same way driver's licenses cars are? To where, to say to get a driver's license, you have the driving test. Say if you get a gun, you have a gun test.
Well, I mean, they kind of already do that. And, you know, and I've heard the politicians say, you know, do a background check. Well, background check's already getting done. Obviously, that's not doing it because these people had a background check done, but they still got a hold of a gun and went and killed somebody.
And one thing you could do, say that there is a concealed weapons type thing, and I believe that's divided. California's divided up by regions controlled by your local sheriff. I think that's counties are divided by sheriffs, and they have kind of different mentalities for getting those.
Right.
But I believe part of that is you have to give a good reason why you want to conceal carry.
Yeah. I think you need more than a good reason to have a gun.
Well, you have to have passing like a course.
Yeah.
And then you have to give a good reason, and basically have a discussion. I think in Humboldt County, or where we're at, that's kind of what I've heard.
What do you think about a psychological test?
Could very well be a good thing. Maybe you draw the line at AR-15, those types of weapons. AR-15, sniper type rifles where you can shoot a long distance. The 50 caliber rifles.
And I'm not even necessarily against people owning those weapons, but I am definitely against them getting into the hands of people that will eventually do something wrong with them. And so how do you stop that?
Yeah.
And I don't have an answer for it.
Well, and I think perhaps that could also cross into who's in the household of this person buying it.
Yeah.
Make sure there's not somebody with a felony past living in the house, something like
that.
Well,
and you definitely, I think that I took the handgun test.
Yeah.
I took it, you know, and answered the questions on what I thought common sense was. But I think there needs to be a little bit more than that.
There could be, and say like, there could get into, do you have a paranoia about the people around you, type of thing? If you've got that paranoia that I've got to protect myself from all these people, and I need this AR-15 with a 30-round clip. Yeah. And we're in a state where that's not even legal, but some people are really saying you're taking away my Second Amendment by not letting me have a 30-round clip in my assault rifle.
They're taking that too far. They really are.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous anybody to bring up the Second Amendment in this whole deal. Like, this is not about the Second Amendment. It is not about.
But I think if they did this level type thing to where, say, like instead of making it illegal for everybody, if you pass a psych test, have a good reason, maybe you can have that.
Yeah. Well, and again, I agree 100%. Do not take the rights away. It's not about that. It's about regulating it in such a way to keep it out of the hands of the crazies. And I don't know how to do it, but I think that there is a way to do it, and I think that's what needs to be done. And these crazy people out there with the propaganda of you can't take my rights away, and it's not a night, or you know what, every time there's a car accident and someone dies, you don't take my car away. So why do you want to take my gun away? It's not about cars. It's not about what a car can do. It's about what people do with these guns.
Yeah.
That is the problem.
Yeah, and I think a problem with this is how divided people are on this subject. I think both sides, it's like they're taking such extreme approaches, both sides, to where neither side's listening to each other.
Well, and I think there's a lot of propaganda too.
There's a lot of propaganda out there, and I think you need to come together and come up with a solution.
Yeah.
Like stop just say like the gun rights people hating the gun control people. Come together and make a decision. Right. Let's think this out. Let's talk it out.
Yeah, where can we meet in the middle and come up with some kind of what's that politician? He's running for president. Ben Carson. He said that he thinks kindergarten teachers should carry concealed weapons. Okay, one, that's a bad idea. He also said though, like in that situation that happened at the college, the shooting, he said, rush the guy. Go rush him. Why are you running away? Go rush him. Dude, this guy just came into a crowded room and started popping people with his gun. Do you really think you're going to go rush him?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're not bulletproof. Why would
no, you're gonna piss your pants before you get shot.
Yeah. And I mean,
that was his answer.
Yeah, and I have a hard time criticizing anyone that went through that just went through a huge traumatic experience. Why
Absolutely.
criticize
Right,
what they just
dude.
did?
I mean, and you know what? Like I said earlier, I have those daydreams, you know, where I'm the hero and I do a somersault and I tackle the guy and I take his gun away and I'm the hero. But that's not what happens.
Yeah.
I piss my pants and I cower in fear.
Yeah, we're not all Rambo.
That's
Yeah.
what happens. So.
Yeah. Yeah, and so I think in summary, I'm not taking a strong stance one way or the other. I think the two sides need to come together a little better instead of being so extreme of propaganda, filling people's minds with propaganda for one way or the other.
Right.
Come together and come with a solution.
I'm taking a strong stance, but it's not with either side. It's with the middle ground.
Yeah.
My strong stance is we need to do something to make sure these guns, these weapons of mass murder, do not get in the hands of people who are prone to do that.
Yeah.
We need to figure something out. So,
All right, work
Yeah.
together, people.
yeah, there we go.